Okay, wolves. Bring it on. Look at him go. See, this one already reached Rita. But she avoided it. Isn't that a lovely view? So yeah, like, we can't even attempt a tactical retreat already because they're crowding her. Not to say we can't run from the battle, you can always run from the battle if it's a hero's turn, but we can't, like, back up our line of heroes because they would all just swarm Rita and kill her. And this is one of those places where not hurrying the enemy is a good idea, and I will show you why whenever we get to their turns. Ah, that wolf resisted. Stinking wolf. Okay, so this wolf, see, he's trying to walk, but he bumped into his friend and stopped moving. If I had hurried both of those wolves, they would have gotten to whoever they were targeting and attacked them. And like that wolf, he was trying to go behind a Brecken to do a back attack, and he wasn't able to do so because I let him walk. So sometimes you can exploit the game a little bit like that. And it's in your best interest to do so, especially if you're, like, just getting a feel for it. But yeah, we're just gonna tear these guys down as best we can. Try the weakness spell again. Can you really not see more than one wolf from there? Line of sight is a little bit of a thing, and a very finicky thing at that. There, she can hit two wolves now because she can see them both. Not that it matters when they resist the spell, but I'm gonna keep trying to cast it. There, we got another one. Wasn't a total waste. Anything we can do to dent these guys. Where you going, Wolfie? Yeah, I bet you wanted a back attack too, you stinker. And for now, I'm perfectly content that they're just on all my melee heroes and Brenna's over here. One advantage to her being a throwing character is that she's out of the line of fire most of the time. And that's important for her health bar. Yeah, I wasted your turn by not hurrying you. Oh, I wasted two of your turns by not hurrying you. Nice. That was awesome. I forgot how good it was. Think you can finish that wolf, Valeron? I think you can. Yeah, buddy. One down, three to go. Ah, you suck. Is that the first damage they've done to us? I think it was. Let's see. Brecken, how about you sandwich this guy right between you and Alan? Although it doesn't offer any specific tactical advantages, it can be nice to have a hero on either side of an enemy like that, because then, no matter who that enemy turns to attack, someone else can still hit it in the back. Which, even if you don't have Thief skill, you'll still have an edge to hit them. And if you do have Thief skill, then that's great, because you'll get extra damage. Brenna contributing in her own way. Sure. Ah, she missed. Drat. Well, I've cast on 3 of these 4 wolves, but I'm not going to cast on the last one. Simply because there aren't 2 targets that she can hit anymore. You can only cast the spell once on each thing. And I just don't think it's worth it when there's only one target you can possibly hit. It basically does 6 damage to them. Yeah, like, the weakness spell is kind of a weird one in that sense, because, like, it deals damage to part of the enemy's HP, but not in a traditional sense. It's more like it erases that HP from their bar. Like, it drops an enemy's endurance by 2 per rank of the spell. So, Rada's spell is level 3, and so when it hits an enemy, it reduces their endurance by 6. But it's not taking that out of their health, like it would if you hit them with a sword or something. It's kind of complicated. But that's the effect. And Endurance has the opposite effect on heroes, artificially extending their endurance, which can lead to some really weird glitches. Such as your character having no stamina at full health, or if you, like, finish a battle when you were in, like, the extra health it added. If you save and load, you'll be back at full health again, but you won't have any stamina. It's so strange. And I don't know a good way of fixing it either, except that I can cast Endurance again and not have that be the outcome. But anyway, we totally just schooled those wolves. And now it's time for the first of those things we came back for. Yes, there's actually more than one. I imagine some people probably know about this guy and his dealio, but I have a feeling there are a few things beyond him that will surprise even veteran players. So this guy, we talked to him our first time through and he didn't have much to say, but now we've been to Yorewood, and that affects his dialogue. Did they send you to talk to me? Did they? Well, boy, did they? Did they send you? Are you deaf? They? You know. You took the ring, didn't you? I don't know anything about the ring. Why lie to those who might help? Oh, he doesn't talk. I forgot which of these dialogues options lead to what, but he has a lot of interesting things to say, so we'll just keep talking to him for a bit. Does it belong to someone you know? Are you trying to be amusing? Foolish boy! Would you like to see it? Are you mad? The ring is one of the relics of the Lost Namer! If I should see the ring... Let me guess. You'd be cursed, right? Or would they come after you? Or maybe the goblins would find you and do something really terrible. What do you do all day, anyway? Run around this forest that is clearly a bridge going to Gwernia, trying to scare harmless travelers? You know, the knighthood's a terrible thing to waste. I hope they don't make you a knight. Does the king know you're here? Does the king care anymore? That's the question. But hold on, he has more to say. You're talking to me? What'd they tell you? Did I burn down that village? They lie about everything. You shouldn't listen to them. You think they'll tell you the secret? Or explain that camp? Do you believe what they say about that? Is that it? Did they send you? Are you deaf? Move on, sir. I don't have any money. So, that guy's dialogue does not open up until you've been to Yorewood, and specifically the stuff about the ring does not appear unless you found the Namer's ring in the house on the hill. So I don't know what that guy's connection with Yorewood is exactly. That's kind of up to interpretation. And in the comic I wrote, I placed him much closer to the village, because, like, as you saw, they talked about a forest, when this is clearly not a forest. I feel like the NPC was meant to be more around that area. But anyway, here's Sheridan. You're back. Why? Is it the poison? Are you sick? I'll tell my father. It's not the poison. Ever hear of a wizard with a large staff? A staff? I don't believe I have. Does he carry a lightning rod and a sack on his shoulders to go with it? That would be funny, if this story weren't true. This particular wizard is looking for someone, or something. He seems determined to find it. Find what? I'm not sure. I think that poison may be stronger than you think. You'd better hurry on to Aramon before you start seeing polka dot goblins on the path. By the way, Sheridan? Yes? While I'm gone, stay out of my room, okay? So, yeah, whenever you, visit Oriana, a bunch of new conversations appear in Castle Gwernia, in case you decide to go back here and tell them about the sorcerer in the forest. So how about that? I did not know any of these conversations existed until I got into, like, the script logs of the game from a decompiled ROM. And I was very surprised to see that you can even talk to Phelan again. Alaron, I wasn't expecting you here. Have you forgotten something, or... I've stopped at Oriana's, sir. What, boy? Is she ill? No, sir. She was visited by an evil wizard. He threatened her. Why would any of the wizards threaten Oriana? She is harmless. It seems, my lord, she knows something or someone this wizard wants. Is she in danger? I don't know. She's afraid. I've returned to tell you. Did I act properly? She doesn't know. Oh, I forgot. This conversation is a little bit warped. If I had picked another dialogue option, what Alaron's saying now would have made a lot more sense. She doesn't know. I told her to take care and signal her friends if he shows up again. I thought you should know. Did I do well in coming here? Indeed you did. A good knight realizes when a battle is too big for his abilities. I'll see to this wizard and puzzle out his nature. Sir, thank you. Now you must get back to your group. Thank you, sir. But that's not all. We can also go over here to the wizard's tower. Actually, now that we have the rope, we can probably get some of the treasures that were locked, too. Hold up. Just a while we're here thing. Yeah, we can get this open now. Some stealth potions and tower shield. I'm gonna sell all that crap. Tower shield is nice. It's a really powerful shield to get this early on, but it also drags your dexterity through the mud. So it's not very good unless you've already got some decent speed, which none of us have so far. But anyway, heading on over here, we can go up these stairs and talk to Gwernia about this same thing. Hello, Pup. Coming back already? I didn't expect you, Gwernia. I have some news. Have you told the king? Yes, I have. Then being off with you. Those who are needing to know are known. Pup, I must be traveling later this next day. Be off with you now. Probably could have picked a more interesting option for her there, but like, it's kind of funny, because if you talk to the king first, then you'll get that result with Gwernia. And if you talk to Gwernia first, there's actually an option that where the king asks you if you've talked to her. So they ask about each other's conversations, and it affects the options you have with talking to both of them. But yeah, all three of those conversations only appear after you trigger the scene with Oriana. But if you go all the way to Aramon first, instead of going back, they vanish, and you would never know they were there. Which is too bad, but we got them. And now we can continue on our journey. I don't think there are any other chests that the rope alone would help us open. I'm disinclined to try that Chaos Treasure chest, too. I might get that one later. Like, maybe after the, next arc. Because, don't forget, there is that teleporter in the basement of the castle. And we can use that to get here real fast after we're in Aramon. So it's not a big deal if we leave that stone unturned for now. I just don't want that trap blowing up in my face, let's be honest. And now we will take the alternate road to Aramon that has a whole bunch more critters we can just pick on. Because they are weak. Oh, and as you can see, that guy we were talking to has now vanished. He'll actually stick around all the way until the end of the game if you don't talk to him. And if you didn't talk to him until like the very, very end when you return to the castle, it would be kind of anticlimactic, I guess. All his crazy lore stuff wouldn't matter anymore. Or at least you would have figured it all out by then. But yeah, now Gwernia is basically critter-free, And that will stay true until we kill the first boss. Shut up, dog. You don't even exist. You're just background noise. Yeah, so if we go this way next, this was the passage we took from the mountainside to get back to the main road. Now we can go over here, and there's just more stuff. Like this rat. Hello, rat. We're going to murder you with weapons. You and your friend. Oh, right, we're all still chewed up from the wolves. Not that I'm worried about what the rats can do to us. They suck. Come along, come along. Smack him. Whack. I'll try to make quick work of these uninteresting encounters. Thank you, Abrekin, for speeding things along. Let's see. It's up to 7880. Not quite enough for Healer 3 yet. But we can get Mechanic 2 for sure. Can we get Mechanic 3? Not quite for you, no. Just keep holding on to it for now. Ooh, her throwing is up to 5, I just saw. No wonder she's doing so well. She got her early levels in throwing, and now she's a badass. Not complaining. That's, like, the best you can hope for. This singular wolf... definitely want to lure him over this way. I'll position really just a little closer. Come on, Wolfie. Get over here. It's getting kind of late into the evening, so this could go a little bit ugly. Wolves are lunar, so they don't care about this level of light. Ow. Stupid wolf. Bad. But we should be able to beat it to death, no problem. And plus, Brenna can come over here and be like, lay on hands. Not even close enough to touch her, but she still felt it. Wolf, stop. Okay. Ray doesn't need it again. She's fine. She'll be fine. Especially since she won't even be close enough for the wolf to attack now. That little half step she takes away from enemies after swinging puts her out of combat range, which is something that's unique to her and makes her a very valuable character. See, now she can trot all the way over here and hit the wolf on its vulnerable side instead. Chop it. Nearly there. Think you can finish it, Brenna? I think you can. Yeah. Oh, it's probably got like 1 health. There we go. Bye, wolf. Let's see. How much do I need for Mechanic 3? 4,500. Alright, I'll keep an eye out. Yeah, it's getting late, but it's not all the way late enough yet. Gonna do a little round of healing before we move on. So our next animal to fight... Dang it, buttons. Our next animal to fight is a boar, and they are deceptively dangerous. He's at 28. Well, we'll just heal everyone all the way up. Why not? We can. It's why we went this way in the first place. All the way. Okay. Hello, boar. These guys are a lot less common than wolves, but I would say they're almost as dangerous. They're kind of like slow wolves that hit harder. That's their distinction. I don't think they have quite as much health as wolves, either. But, yeah, that's how they are. They have a custom piece of armor. It's called the Tough Hide. We saw it being sold in Gwernia. It bulks them up a little bit, but it also makes them slower. It doesn't really affect their balance too much because, like I said, they're just so uncommon. Most of the time you only see one at a time. And when they get you good, but they're still not too terribly bad on their own. Definitely more of a problem on runs where you're not just cheesing the difficulty with double healer. See? They got hard tusks. They hurt. Ooh, we got the boar hoof, just like that. I did make these sellable item drops a little more common than other items, since their only purpose is to be sold, and they're mostly dropped by enemies that do not give gold on defeat. I was like, it's fine to make these a little more common. Since I initiated this combat from behind the rat, we have the hill as our advantageous position. There are all kinds of things you can do in the field to manipulate the starting positions of heroes and enemies in battle, but most of the time it's just not worth it. Like, it doesn't play a significant enough role in combat to bother trying to sneak up on them or whatever. It's much quicker to just get in there and start the fight. They would have spotted me, but some encounters just get borked like this. And you end up having to start them instead. Think we can encourage that reinforcement rat to leave? I think we can. Hit the one that's already wounded. Brenna. There we go. Aw, man, are you serious? Hit this guy. Ah, man. Okay, Brenna, please finish it so that Brecken can move to the other end. Thank you. God, it just barely held on. Chop, chop. Well, what do you think, Reinforcement Rat? Yeah, that's what I thought. Get out of here, punk. Tell the others. Tell them to stop. Tell them to stop showing up. Ooh, we can get healer 3. Should I? I think I should. Yeah, buddy. Healer 3. More convenience. There are probably other things I should be prioritizing right now. But as you can tell, I'm not super worried.